Okay, morning Bumble Jeepers. This is going to be the first of two videos today. This one is going to be a channel and project update. So the first part on the channel, um, I'm at 34 subscribers, and thank you very much to each and every one of you. There's two other updates. So the first update is I must have hit a tipping point recently as far as the channel is concerned, because right now I'm averaging just about between 100 and 120 views a day, which I think is awesome. I'm super happy about that. The other thing is, I think I've picked up a troll. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. I'm not sure. There was a slightly negative comment made on one of the videos about something I'm not going to get into either, and I couldn't tell if it was a serious comment or if the guy was joking or person. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I'm assuming it's guys. I don't know that I have any women subscribers yet. If I do, please let me know. So that's the channel update portion. The project update portion is, and I've been meaning to mention this, and I don't know if I have. So if I've already mentioned this, I apologize. But I'm going to mention it specifically in this video. And that is, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I have some sort of running issue with the engine on this XJ. When it's cold, it runs perfect. Once it warms up, it starts to like misfire and buck and jump and do all kinds of weird things under load. If I'm just like cruising down the road, it's barely noticeable. I mean, you do notice it, but it's barely noticeable. But and chased all kinds of things. I've replaced virtually every sensor on the engine that I can find, and moderate improvements in the way it ran once the engine's warmed up. So I've suspected all along that it's an ethanol related issue. And what I mean is most fuels are at least 10% ethanol now, 8 or 10%, something like that. And not sure why they do it. Probably because ethanol is cheaper than gas, and by diluting it to a certain extent with ethanol, they're making more money on the crude oil end of it, whatever. They're going to do what they want to do anyhow. So, but you can get non-ethanol gas. It costs a little more. The nice thing about it is it's 91 octane. It's not 87. So, and I know there's guys out there that run E85, which is 85% ethanol, and I understand why they do that. They're running high performance engines with turbos and superchargers, and it's easier to get more power out of an engine because you're generating less heat. Ethanol burns a lot colder than gasoline does, so you can pump a lot more ethanol into a cylinder under either turbocharging or supercharging to make crap tons of power with it. So, and that's fine. But those guys, they don't care what it costs. E85 is, I don't even know what it costs versus regular gasoline. So anyhow, I've suspected all along that it's been related to the ethanol content and the fuel that I've been putting in this thing. And that seems to be the case. As I'm going along with this, I'm on my second full tank of non-ethanol fuel, and the last time I filled up, it was 19 and a half gallons. This is a 20-gallon tank, I believe, in these, and so it's running better and better. The issue is still there once the engine warms up, but it is way less severe than it has been. So I think as I get all the ethanol out of the system and it's burning nothing but pure gas, as pure as you're going to get from a pump. Um, I think I'm going to see that finally go away and this thing will be running normally. Now, why would the ethanol adversely affect the way this thing runs? I'll tell you why. Funny you should ask. The reason why is because I use a tank of gas once a month. Well, I fill it up once a month. And so this thing sits a lot without being run. Um, I live where I work where I live, whichever way you want to look at it. And so I don't need to do a lot of driving. Um, I need to go to Walmart on occasion, which is like literally 3 miles down the road from the school where I work. And so maybe I'll run into town or something like that, or make a short run. So it's on top of the fact that it sits so much. Most of the time when I drive it, it's very short runs. It doesn't really get a chance to warm the engine up. So that's why I think the ethanol has become an issue for this, is because ethanol, as you may or may not know, attracts moisture. If you go to a station that's selling really, really cheap gas, and by cheap I don't necessarily mean price, I mean quality. Um, and I've done it before. There's gas stations where I won't buy gas anymore, not just because I'm no longer in the area, but because I've gotten so much bad gas from them at a time when I was doing a lot of driving. And the reason it was bad is because it had too much moisture in. So what basically dry gas is ethanol, and the ethanol attracts the moisture and bonds with the moisture, and so it can actually mix with the gas to a certain degree, and you burn the water out of the tank. So for those of you who are about to suggest that I put some dry gas in this thing, it won't work because it sits, and dumping more ethanol into a tank of gas that sits for long periods of time is only going to draw more moisture into the gas. So my only option is ethanol-free fuel. So that's what I've been doing. This is the second tank. I'm down to about 3/4 of a tank right now. I got a little over, probably like right around 120 miles on this tank of fuel. So that's the project update as far as how it's been running. I guess I can do a couple more. Another project update, I was planning on this weekend to make the rear quarter panels on this yellow. That's not going to happen. We're in the shop right now. I bought a selfie stick, and as you can see, the spray booth is occupied. This is the one that was blocking the spray booth. This is an older Chevrolet. It's a classic, or it's licensed as an antique. This is in here for a paint job. So the paint supposedly came in yesterday. I can see he's made some progress on it. Yeah, that's better. I can see he's made some progress on it. He's got it a preliminary wipe down on it. He still has some sanding to do. Oh, he finally got the edges of the hood. I wondered if he was going to get those. So it's ready to be masked off, and then a final wipe and tack and paint. Oh, he's got a mirror that has to come off yet. He may have had an issue getting this off, and that's why it's still on there, I'm thinking, or he forgot it. So anyhow, this will be in here for an undetermined amount of time. And once this is clear, then there's another project sitting over here. We're doing renovations on the dormitories here at the school, and this is the next project to go in there. So these are Luan doors that'll be used in the new closets. The dorm rooms have built-in furniture, a dresser, 2 sides with the drawers, and a closet on either side. Those are getting ripped out. They're building new closets, and these are the doors for the new closets. They're putting composite flooring in, they're painting the walls, repairing, whatever needs repaired in the room. So anyhow, don't know how long that's going to tie up. This is just a small portion of the doors that they have to paint, and these have to be hung, primed, and sealed. It looks like they can do about 6 at a time. So don't have any idea when I'll be able to get Bumble Jeep back in here, or back in the booth, to get some yellow on it. The other thing I discovered, they don't use 180 or 220 paper here for their DAs, so I went out and I bought some. But I think what I'm going to do is scuff the whole thing, wet sand the whole thing that isn't painted with 400 wet sand. So that'll give me a much better finish. I don't know if I can show you what happened with the roof, aside from the fact that it's dull. So I don't know how much of that you can see, but it's a little dull, and you can see a lot of the sand scratches underneath. So I don't know if that's going to show up or not. Time will tell. So anyhow, that's the channel and project update portion of today's videos. So the next video I'm going to start immediately after I end this one. It's going to be the unboxing and installation of the new track bar. I mentioned that in the last video about how when I did the lift kit, didn't replace the track bar, and so my front suspension is to the left about 1.5 inches more than it's to the right. So we're going to take care of that today. So anyhow, that's it for this one. I will, when I say unboxing, I'm just going to show you the box, and I'm going to pause, and I'm going to open the box, set all the parts out, show you what was in the box. This is a really good kit, and I have some more to say about this in the next video. So anyhow, that's it for now. Like, subscribe, share. I can tell from the views there's a lot more than 34 people watching the videos. So if you're watching the videos, drop a like. Sub will be appreciated. I just want to mention, if you have a YouTube channel and you sub to mine, I will sub to yours. I'm all about reciprocity. So anyhow, that's it for this one. Take care. God bless.